The time has come for the lioness to tell her own story. This is the lion's voice.
Let's be honest, a lot of situationships are going in the liberty. Me not talking about Babylon, me not talking in the liberty. We call it proximity dugu dugu, meaning because you two are in proximity, you are dugu dugu, but we're not doing the vetting, and that's why these relationships are not lasting. One of the things that the sister that I interviewed, the sister Aini, big up yourself. One of the things she said that was lacking was commitment from the brethren. And I'm going in myself, I'm a brethren, and thinking, what is the lesson here? And the lesson is we're not doing our vetting as brethren, because if you vet properly, then you'll be easy to commit because that person is helping to fulfill your mission.
Lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice. Yeah. Well, Haile Selassie the first, the Almighty, and he was crowned with Empress Menen. And you see there come a time in every relationship in it brand new and your heart is full of doubt. And you try investigate to check things out. And sometimes you see if you follow word of mouth, you end up take the wrong route. Well, it's a mystery, what a mystery, and I can't see. But will she diss me? Will she trick me? Or is it just me?
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bonsu, aka the Chasmach Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm an entertainment attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist. But right now, I'm the host of the Lion Voice. Welcome to the Lion Voice Network. We have been working diligently building out this network as part of the Chasmach Kwasi ecosystem, and it's been a joy. I want to just big up, before I get into anything, the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. But I have to also big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. Just before coming on, I see that we added a new Patreon, so I want to just say welcome to the Lion Pride on Patreon. We have 3 Fire Angels now. It was 2 for a time, and as a content creator, you have to just be patient because, this is a small channel, we're growing. I know that this is going to become the largest Rastafari owned network on the 2nd largest search engine on YouTube, but I don't know when that will manifest. I'm just being obedient to the Most High and carrying out the work. So when you see 2 Patreon and month gone, 2 months gone, you just have to give thanks, because one of the things that you have to learn on this journey is the attitude of gratitude. You cannot worry about what you don't have. I give thanks for the 2 Patreon them when I have, and I say give thanks. See it there? The next person forward. So a trio we know, Fire Angels, and down the line when we have thousands, we can remember these moments. This episode is right before Mother's Day, so we're going to talk about something that's very applicable to this audience. This growing audience, by the way, is 95% male audience. So although I want to grow my female audience, I have to talk to the brethren them, because one of the purposes of this channel is building the Rastafari man to cultivate a healthy and prosperous Rastafari future. That's why we talk about the Rastafari man standard, and that's why we have other videos that are dealing with vetting your queen, all of those kind of things, because we understand we cannot build a strong Rastafari nation and thereby add to the Pan-African family if the basic building block, which is the Rastafari family, is destroyed and degraded. I don't see any content out there right now that is addressing the building of the family. Part of the reason is that we know, as an attorney, I reason with ones and they reason candidly, and we realize there are a lot of skeleton out there in a people closets. However, this is not the platform for that. This is the solution. How do we get the cleaning company to come, open up the closet them, empty out the closet them, so that we can build Zion? Because if we don't build Zion, we will perish in Babylon. That's just the facts of the matter right now. So, we know Mother's Day is probably Hallmark or one of them people that created every day for I and I is Mother's Day. Let's be real. I have to big up Mother, big up Sister Kalanje with one of the greatest mother tunes ever. Thank you, Mama, for the 9 months you carry me. You know, I have to big up Garnet Silk. Thank you, Mama. You know, there are some beautiful mama tunes out there. Drop a mama tune where you love in the comment, so that I can get up to speed with some I may not. Mama Africa, because Africa is our mother. I just did a interview with one of our Naya Bingi elder sistren. It's gonna drop tomorrow for the Lion Pride on Patreon. It's gonna be the subject of our next Lion Talk, which will be the 22nd of May. So lock your calendar. So we're talking about repatriation, and you're saying the movement seems to have dropped that tenet. Continue.
Yes, I really feel like it, because ones don't go,
Yeah.
and ones need to go just for a little bit,
Yes.
just for a week or
Yes.
2 weeks, just to see what it's like, to experience it.
And the thing about it is really a spiritual decision now, because at one time there were so many barriers to travel.
Exactly.
Now a plane ticket, you know what I mean, we're spending that a month, whether you know, I mean, man smoke that in a month.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
For sure, especially with the name brand herb
Yes, sir.
era right now. Man
Yes,
is smoking that, and I'm telling people, until you grow, because a lot of us, and this is gonna hurt some feelings, a lot of us use this reasoning: if I go to Africa, I'm not coming back. So they don't.
Come on most places you cannot go on a one-way ticket.
Exactly.
You must come on a round-trip ticket.
We are in a kind of delusion,
Absolutely.
because if you're gonna move anywhere on earth, wouldn't you want to go and see it first
What the place is like.
and make a decision,
And
so you can
then you
make
make
an
a
informed?
decision.
But and this is the thing, as a
But I
nurse,
pray thee,
yeah.
my Lord, that is part of the slave mentality
Yeah.
that we have not gotten over from yet.
Okay.
We, because they brought us here and they just dumped us here,
Mhm.
and we never went back anywhere. So
Yeah.
now we are of the mindset that, oh, if you go someplace really far, you don't get to come back.
And go ahead.
I think it's very important. One of the things that we have lost,
Mhm.
and Rastafari does not exist isolated within the society. So
Mhm.
these problems are endemic to the society. But family is no longer just the nuclear family. Is
Yes.
so very important. And this is something that it's so easy to just walk away,
Mhm.
and this ties in with the mental health part of the problem as well, because you as a single parent can do the absolute best you can
Mhm.
with your children.
Yeah.
However, if there is an absentee parent, excluding the fact if the parent is deceased,
Yes.
but if there is an absentee parent and that child is aware that, yes, I have a mother, I have a father somewhere that's just walking around
Mhm.
all willy-nilly and
Yeah.
ignoring me,
Yeah.
it has a very detrimental effect on the child.
And there, again, I'm trying to increase the sister in them on the channel, so I'm bringing some authentic Rastafari sister. We had a conversation about repatriation. We had a conversation about alcohol. It was so nice. I had to do it twice. Let me just be transparent with the family. I did the interview. It was in 2 parts. I was trying to clear space on my phone. I didn't have my glasses on. Ended up erasing the first part of the first interview. I had to do the interview again. So it's the second part of that first interview, which was powerful. I'm going to put that for the Lion Pride on Patreon. They can sip it up. The full interview, I went forward the next day, and it was even sweeter the next day because I already had an idea of the landscape and I could really target the topics there. And we talk about a lot. She's a retired critical care nurse. So we talk about, why are a lot of our sisters overweight? We talk about mental health. We talk about repatriation. Has Rastafari dropped repatriation as a tenet? This sister has been to Africa multiple times, over 16 countries. I mean, the reasoning is mighty. So lock your calendar next May 22nd, Lion Talk for our 3 Fire Angels on Patreon. Tomorrow that video will drop. It will be available exclusive, and that's part of what we promise, with the Lion Pride on Patreon. There's things that are gonna happen the inside by joining and becoming part of the core of this platform as we rise. Of course, we're gonna share those moments that may not make it out to the larger Lion Pride or to the larger audience. So big up yourself for all of the Lion Pride on Patreon. Big up yourself if you're part of the Lion Pride. And again, if you're a sister, help out and just subscribe and become part. I want at least a 50-50 demographic eventually. But I understand why the Almighty has sent in the brethren first, because again, the brethren, then we have to get the house in order. We can't look to the sister in them and say, this thing have to clean up. No. Which nation or man put their sister on the front line to fight the war? And we're fighting a spiritual war, so we have to be on the front line. We give thanks. Ethiopian tradition, the sister and them have been front line when required. Queen Ifrika, Lioness on the Rides, if required, will be on the front line. But that is not something that we should even have to require, because we have mighty brethren, and we want these brethren to select the queens that are going to become the mothers that are going to cultivate this Zion that we're building, because we're building the Zion not just for ourselves but for generations to inherit. So this is the most sacred work that we have right now, brethren. Most sacred. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about 5 traits that you need to try to identify in your queen to know if she will be a good mother. So while you're vetting, because we have a lot of single brethren, a lot of single sisters, let's be honest, a lot of situationships are going in the livity. We're not talking about Babylon, we're not talking in the livity. We call it proximity dugo, meaning because you two are in proximity, you're dugo, but we're not doing the vetting, and that's why these relationships are not lasting. One of the things that the sister that I interviewed, the Sister Aini, big up yourself. One of the things she said that was lacking was commitment from the brethren. And I'm going in myself, I'm a brethren, and thinking, what is the lesson here? And the lesson is, we're not doing our vetting as brethren, because if you vet properly, then you'll be easy to commit, because that person is helping to fulfill your mission, to build your destiny. This is a channel for kings, so if you and your significant other are in a partnership, this might not be the channel. This is for people building kingdoms, and in a kingdom, the king is the head. Queen can make moves that the king can't make. Play chess. You have to vet your queen appropriately. So I'm going to give you 5 traits, and remember what we say here. First, seek the Almighty and all His righteousness, before all things will be added. Once you identify the Almighty, so if you're a Christian, if you're a Buddhist, if you're from Islam, you're Hebrew Israelite and you're watching this content because you like the vibration, because Rastafari is for all. Although we know where we stand. Haile Selassie is the King of Kings. We can prove it. You know, the fullness is you have to seek that Almighty first and foremost as a man. This is going to be your rod, your shield, your buckler. When you drop in that hole, whether it be financially, when things look bleak and looks like the walls are caving in, is that faith and determination in the Almighty, coupled with the work to achieve the solution that's going to pull you through, that's going to preserve your mental health, that's going to cause you to see the victory. So first, you seek the Almighty. Second, identify your unique skill, your passion. How can I use these two things to serve the Almighty? You only get there through failure. I failed at many things. I've succeeded at many things, but failure is a part of the learning process. You have to expose yourself to different possibilities. Fail, try again, get better, pick up the drop on ground. All of these things. Faith, you never give up. So, the Almighty, your purpose, you're fulfilling your purpose, your passion, coupled with what you have developed, unique skill, you're putting in your 10,000 hours. And for creatives, I've created an ecosystem model of how to build out. And what you see I'm doing here is part of this ecosystem model that I'm doing. I'm practicing what I preach. So if you want to see that model, go to the chazmatchkwasi.com, download, just put your email, download, so that you can see the model that we're pushing forward. And we're going to be doing a lot more with the ecosystem model, because the creative ecosystem, I model it after Mother Nature. Again, we bring it back to the mother. The mother principle in the earth is critical. So as brethren, we have to understand it, we have to embrace it, we have to invest and feed into that mother, because the woman, that female, is where the growth. We plant our seed in the woman so that the things grow. Mama Earth, we plant the seed in the earth, the soil brings forth that life. So that feminine principle of nurturing, of abundance, we cannot build anything without it that is sustainable. Whole bag of man, it not gonna last. So we always have to include Mother Earth. So we want to make sure that we do that. Again, I'm going to give you 5 things to look for. So you seek the Almighty, you have your purpose now, you're on your mission, you're marching on your mission. This is where the vetting happens for the queens. This is where you need the D discipline, aka the dick discipline. This is where you need the purpose over pum pum mindset. What me say? Purpose over pum pum mindset. This is where it come in, because you're deep on your purpose. You have your to-do list. You're achieving. You're failing. You're getting up. You're picking yourself up. You drop on ground. You get the victory. You're building your armor. You're exercising. You're working out. You're making sure day by day you're building. These are the 5 things that you need to be looking for in that queen, to see if she will become a good mother. And these are traits that all good mothers possess. There may be more traits, and I'm going to ask the Lion Pride and the sister in them in particular, drop in the comments qualities you think a good mother should have, anything that I miss here, because we're building community here. So that don't mean say I know everything. I'm starting the conversation and we're building. Again, the mission, the resurrection of the black family, Rastafari family. We're building the basic building block. Our best years are ahead of us. We had glory years in the 70s as Rastafari, but our best years are ahead of us, and it starts again, ground level, building the Rastafari family. And I've had brethren reach out to I and complain about their children's mother. And it's very clear to I that they did not do the vetting in advance. You know what I mean? Did not exercise that discipline just because a sister like you, or she check for you. Even if she had thrown something after you, sometimes you have to have that discipline to just sidestep it and, find out where you can work with her differently in the ecosystem. Because we don't dash with people unless they're a detriment. And sometimes they're attracted by the light of His Majesty to come and serve, but because they're used to having those intimate relationships with males, they may come at you in that way. And if you're not strong, you may fall with someone, fall in love, meaning that now go work, because you fall down, you drop a ground, you lick your head, you might not work out. So these are the 5 things again that you're looking for. Number 1, I like a list because you listen to the end to get the fullness. So again, number 1, you need someone with faith. Faith leads to loyalty. If a sister has no fear of the Almighty, then who are you that she will listen, that she will do things that she doesn't see or doesn't find palatable at the time? If she does not have the faith, the determination to execute things unseen, when they're not there, she has to have faith in the Almighty. Also, when you're praying as a family, you want those prayers to connect to the Most High. When you pray, your queen is praying, youths them are praying, but let's start with the male and the female are praying together. It's a force that cannot be stopped. This is why in Babylon they're trying to rip apart that fabric, that relationship between the man and the woman. Because when a man and a woman come together on purpose, there is no power more powerful than that. That is the spark that creates that trinity, that triune, the mother, woman, and child. That 2 polarities come together, connect, and a unique life form is created, leading to that cycle of infinity. Triune, triumphant, tremendous manifestation of the Most High. This is why we advocate for the family, because we need to secure, and this is why, brethren, one of the most important decisions after the decision of what your passion and purpose is, the most important decision after that is who you choose as your queen, whether you're going to manifest a hell for yourself or a Zion on earth. So you're looking for a sister with faith, and I would add loyalty. Is she loyal to the things that she's faithful to? Because if she's not loyal, she would not make a good mother. Has to be loyal to the family. And the loyalty that is lasting, the highest form of loyalty is driven through faith. And this is why I put these 2 together. Loyalty, faith. So when you're on your mission, sister come side of and she'll look where you do and to your vibe and laugh and haha, nice time. She offer to help you in what you're doing because she should come and see you do something when she's spending time with you. She offer to help. Is she faithful? Is she committed to the cause? Is she turning up on time? Is she showing with her action that she believes in what they are doing, that she knows that they are, when you see these things and someone who is moving with you in this fashion, this is a good sign. That's not it, but this is a good sign. This is part of the vetting to see, because let's put it to the mother side now. As a mother, she will need to be loyal to her children. Her children will need to trust her. So that they can tell her things, because there are things that the children will tell the mother that they may not tell the father because they're afraid. So you want someone who exhibit this so that the children grow in an environment of safety, and so that they also instill those values in your children to be loyal to the cause. Because we have a lot of disloyal people in the Levity because they didn't grow with structure. In the Bible you said Judas, But if you look at every story, there's always someone who betrayed a cause. We look at Ethiopia, the invasion. Many Ethiopians helped the Italians. We still got the victory, but we never have it, probably we could have get it earlier if there was loyalty. So faith and loyalty is number one. Number two is patience. Is she patient? If you are with a sister and she's consistently demonstrating that she's impatient, easily frustrated, temper tantrum, all of these kind of things, when you see, these are red flags for the future. Now, let me just be clear. I'm not saying you're looking for someone who's perfect the first time and get frustrated, you're gone. No. Consistent patterns of behavior is what you're looking for during the vetting process. So when you're chatting with this sister, dep on your purpose, you dep on your mission, you execute, you look, you see, are you spending more time attending to her internal issue, born out of impatience, born out of frustration? A lot of these things, the spiritual root of which is vanity. Because if you trust in the Almighty, then why would you be frustrated? Why would you be patient consistently? Now, all of us get frustrated. All of us have moments of impatience. But I'm talking about defining character traits when you see that this is part of that person's makeup. This is a red flag. And with that, I would also add kindness. Is that person kind? Look how they treat other people who are less than them, or on a lower station in life than them, don't have as much as them. Are they kind? Are they good to the waiter when you go to a eating establishment? How do they treat service people? Are they condescending? If they have those traits, likely they're not going to make a good mother. This is your legacy that's being groomed by this lady. This is not just, oh, she fat and she round, and the one couple round. You understand? We're not in that right now. We are talking about a decision that's going to impact generation. When you become an ancestor, this decision will still be relevant, who you chose. So make sure you find someone who has the qualities of patience and kindness. Critical. Number 3, positive. Give big up Robert Nesta Marley, the great, musician, orator. Some would say angel, who trumpeted the message of Rastafari through the 4 corners of the planet Earth. One of the things he said is Rastafari vibration is positive, and he was right. If we look at His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, even when he went amongst the colonizers, and this was one of the things that got him in trouble with the hardcore Pan-Africanists. How can you be among these colonizers like this? Rastafari vibration is positive. He's there for a cause and a mission. So when you read the speeches with a De Gaulle, with a Churchill, with all of these people who we know the nature of these people as it relates to black people. But His Majesty, as the head of state, the King of Kings, his job is to build bridges between the people of the earth. You can't do that by attacking their leadership. Also seeking specific partnerships to leverage their resources for the building of Zion. This is what these world trips around the world. Yes, he was being honored, but each trip he came away with something, whether it be a school, a health center. And a lot of these leaders thought they were getting over on him, African lead, because him come with a big ass, military spending, bop, a lot of things. They may say, oh, to appease him, but that's what he wants as well. He wants the health center. He wants the contingent to come and build a school, to build a road. He might get something out of you, And this is the principle. Positive, because we're building something, we have to build positive. The positive is also related to the kindness that we talked about. So it's very important that we have positive, if you're with a queen and she's always coming with negative things, this is a drain. It's gonna drain you on your mission. You're trying to walk on your mission, she'll tell you, say boom boom, she see the negative side. Yes, she might be shapely, but if she negative, my brother, you have to cut the ties, because that negativity will be infused into your children. That negativity can poison the entire family dynamic. And a lot of men, you hear them complaining they can't see their children. The woman is spiteful, this, that. But was she vetted? Did you see the signs? Most likely you saw them and you ignored them, because our bottom was big and you did love that part. Our breast them did nice, so you love that part, so you ignore all of the signs that this was not a positive person. She was negative, and now you're dealing with it with a child in the picture. So this is what we're talking about. Make sure there's positivity there. 4, creative. You have to look for a woman who has creativity. Motherhood is not going to be easy. Being in a long-term relationship is not going to be easy. Look for creative. Does she creatively problem solve? Things happen, things come up. Instead of getting frustrated, instead of being impatient, instead of being negative, she thinks about a creative solution. When you see that, your item get big and say, yeah, that might be the queen. So look for creativity, because motherhood, parenting in general, we know things never go as planned. So you have to be creative on your feet, creative to think. Your funds might not be there. Can she still make a happy moment? Can she still create memories when there's not largesse around? These are things that you're looking for. Along the way, things happen. Don't have no money. Does she cuss you because your money low right now? Or she say, you know what? We don't have to go there, so let me buy 2 potato and and let me buy 2 potato and me cook up and we make something. These are the things you want. Creativity, important. In a queen, again, translates into motherhood. Number 5, honesty. And I would add respect. Does she show you respect? And honesty is part of that respect. If your woman is honest with you all the time, then she respects you. If you see she hiding little things, lie, little patterns, she don't respect you, virgin. And once you see those behaviors, you have to cut the ties. Honesty is crucial, because remember, this is going to be the mother of your children. She's going to put that down. And honesty means speaking even when it might not be comfortable. Some people are people pleasers, so they're not honest with people because they want to keep the vibe positive. So that's why you see all of these things balance each other. I have to add determination in the mix too, because you need a woman who's determined. That might be under faith, that might be under patience as well. So these are all traits that you're looking for in a queen to be a good mother. So you're vetting your queen for motherhood. Again, this is the foundation of the Rastafari family. This is our mission, brethren, to build institutions. Our elders came and they left us a heritage which cannot be questioned. They spread this faith to the 4 corners of the earth. Ital Livity, ubiquitous. You talk about the herb, healing of the nation, being freed. We don't have to lift We don't have to lift an arm or spend $1. People are fighting that battle. People are fighting the plant-based battle. We look at the greening of the earth, the eco-friendly, all of these things that was advocated from that time. Our elders planted seeds that have germinated and continue to blossom. Our job to preserve this for the next generation in this digital age where there's confusion, where there's challenges for our children's attention, is to build the institutions that are going to allow our children to continue this great heritage. One of those institutions that we have to build is marriage. Marriage is a very important institution for the family. We talked about that with the elder sister Aini, and one of the things that came out was, His Majesty was monogamous, but we don't burn polygamy. But polygamy is a rich man sport. It's a rich man levity. So if your money and your pockets them don't big, don't put your foot over there. So in the polygamy argument, His Majesty example for the world though is a monogamous. But we know African culture, polygamy is there. We know that there always will be more women than men. So we cannot, Africans, we found a solution for these things. As Rastafari, we should hold up the exemplar of a monogamous relationship. That should be the foundation. There may be one or two brethren out there where Rastafari who have more wives. Again, they should be wealthy brethren. You who are trying to struggle to pay your rent shouldn't be juggling 1 and 2 and 3 women. That don't make no sense. You're wasting your time and you're being disobedient to the mission and to the hour. This is the Armageddon. So if that's the life you're living and you're watching this, brethren, don't beat up on yourself, but change. Because we're calling the warriors to the battlefield. As Bob Marley said, we will find out who the real revolutionaries are. Now that Russia and United States are actively engaged on the battlefield, now that we see Babylon is falling, fiat currency on the brink of collapse, plagues being unleashed on the earth, shutting down the entire globe, we're going to see which brethren are serious and which brethren are, as the term, reggae-ferians, like reggae or boogie dreads. We're going to see who the real Rastafari is. And the real Rastafari man of today is either in a family or seeking to build a family, because you cannot manifest that kingdom without the queen, without the family presence. So, again, this was vetting the queen to see if she will be a good mother. We gave you 5 things that you can consider during this vetting process. For my brethren, for my sistren who are watching, what did I miss? What are the qualities that you would say are essential in a mother for sistren? Let's share for the younger sistren that are going to be watching and that need the guidance. We cannot sit on a street corner anymore. So we have to give the people them on platforms like this the information that we would once sit down and reason around a chalice or, within a ISIS or within a gathering. We don't have so much of them again because of the time, and the youths them are constantly on their phones, electronics. So make we share the information. The Lion Pride is growing. We're 830 plus lions. We're pushing to hit 1,000 subscribers by June 1st. Share, tell a friend, and remember, we have Haile Selassie's Ethiopia available, signed copies. Go to the website, you can order your signed copy. It's a beautiful gift. We wrote it as an epic story about the birth of His Imperial Majesty. So part of what we're doing on this journey is that we are going to tell the story of His Majesty the right way from the beginning. Take our time so that people can see the glory and the might. This is the first volume of 7. It details all the events leading up to His Majesty's birth. Talk about we talk about from Emperor Theodros to Emperor Johannes to Menelik II to Ras Mukonnen to Empress Taitu, touch Empress Menen, Ras McCunnin. A lot of it is from Ras McCunnin viewpoint, leading up to the birth of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, who was born Ras Tafari. McCunnin is there, so you can order it. Also remember, we are sending out the sound. We're sounding the trumpet. Come and join us. The Lion Pride on Patreon. We just got a new patron, 3 fire angels seated, investing in this platform to become #1 Rastafari platform on the 2nd largest search engine on YouTube. We also have the Reading Ras merch. Support with the Reading Ras merch. Physical books, we're putting them again in style. Remember that Empress Menen is the blueprint. Also, remember that we have a duty to spread the teaching of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I. We are bringing back the reading of physical books. So remember, and for today's Reading Ras selection, today's Reading Ras selection is going to be Haile Selassie's Ethiopia, Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings. But just go straight to the website. This makes an excellent Mother's Day gift if your mother is Rastafari, if your queen who's raising your youths. Feed her, invest, get her the Haile Selassie's Ethiopia so that she can read this to your youths, because I wrote it as an epic fantasy style so that it's interesting. Get your youths into Ethiopian culture from their young. So this is a beautiful gift for your queen or for your mother or for any loved one as a brethren you want. Bring a sister into the liberty. She should have this book. So this is all part of the Lion Voice Network and our mission to make sure that the Lion's story is being told, because what happened? The time has come for the Lions to tell our own story, and this is Lion's Voice.
Lion Voice. Yeah. Well, Haile Selassie the First, the Almighty, and he was crowned with Empress Menen. And you see, there come a time in every relationship in it brand new, and your heart is full of doubt. And you try to investigate to check things out. And sometimes, you see, if you follow word of mouth, you end up to take the wrong route. Well, it's a mystery, what a mystery, and I can't see. But will she diss me, will she trick me, or is it just me? But it's a mystery, what a mystery, and I can't see. But will she diss me, or will she be the wife and mother of my baby? Sometimes I feel like she's holding back. Something inside says it don't react. Sometimes I hear how the people chat. Most of the time we ignore all of that. The way she read books made my soul relax. Love how she look and she proud to be black. Me love how she cook and how she state the fact. She said the wicked are female like wax. Well, it's a mystery, what a mystery, and I can't see. Well, will she diss me, will she trick me, or is it just me? Then, well, it's a mystery, what a mystery, and I can't see. Well, will she diss me, or will she be my wife and mother of my baby? When we come together, everything is clear. Anytime we touch, I know love is dear. Sometimes it seems like this girl disappear, and when me ask, me can't find this girl anywhere. Plus, nobody knows a thing when me ask around. And on me head, wonder if she a get passed around in somebody bed, and them have me as the clown. That's when me hear the telephone sound.